A world of iron and shadow, Tony Stark as Doctor Doom. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has captivated audiences with its blend of heroism, humor, and heart. However, what if one of its most beloved characters, Tony Stark, had taken a darker path? What if, instead of becoming Iron Man, he had become Doctor Doom? The seeds of darkness. To understand how Tony Stark could become Doctor Doom, we must delve into the core of both characters. Both are brilliant inventors, driven by a thirst for knowledge and power. However, their motivations diverge. Tony Stark, despite his flaws, is ultimately a hero driven by a desire to protect humanity. Doctor Doom, on the other hand, is consumed by a desire for absolute control and godhood. In this alternate reality, perhaps a tragic event, such as the death of Pepper Potts or a devastating failure of one of his inventions, could push Tony Stark to the brink. The guilt, the pain, and the overwhelming sense of responsibility could corrupt his mind, turning his genius towards darker purposes. The rise of the Iron Doom. With his vast intellect and resources, Tony Stark could easily construct a suit of armor far more powerful than Iron Man. This suit, a fusion of technology and magic, would grant him incredible abilities, including superhuman strength, flight, and energy manipulation. However, it would also amplify his darker impulses. The line between hero and villain would blur, as Tony Stark would become consumed by a desire for absolute power. He would seek to control the world, manipulating governments and societies to his will. A world under Iron Fist. As Doctor Doom, Tony Stark would pose a significant threat to the world. His intelligence, combined with his vast resources and advanced technology, would make him a formidable adversary. He could easily outwit and outmaneuver even the most powerful heroes. The Avengers, once his allies, would become his enemies. Captain America, Spider-Man, and the other heroes would be forced to confront their former friend, now a tyrannical ruler. The battles would be epic, with Iron Man's advanced technology clashing against the combined might of Earth's mightiest heroes. The psychological battle. At the heart of this conflict would be a psychological battle between Tony Stark and the remnants of his heroic persona. The once charismatic and witty billionaire would become a cold, calculating, and ruthless dictator. His friends and family would be forced to confront the darkness that had consumed him. Perhaps, deep down, a glimmer of the old Tony Stark would remain, fighting against the darkness. But it would be a losing battle, as the allure of absolute power would prove too strong to resist. A world reforged. In the end, the fate of the world would hang in the balance. Would the heroes be able to defeat Doctor Doom and restore hope to the universe? Or would Tony Stark's reign of terror continue, shaping the world in his twisted image? The answer to this question remains unknown, a mystery waiting to be explored. But one thing is certain. The rise of Tony Stark as Doctor Doom would be a tragic tale, a cautionary story about the dangers of unchecked power and the fragility of the human soul. A deeper dive into the psychology of Tony Stark. To truly understand how Tony Stark could become Doctor Doom, we must delve into the depths of his psyche. Tony Stark is a complex character, driven by a need for validation and a desire to make up for past mistakes. His intelligence and creativity are both his greatest strengths and his greatest weaknesses. In this alternate reality, a series of traumatic events could trigger a psychological breakdown, leading to a radical shift in his personality. The loss of loved ones, the failure of his inventions, or the realization of the destructive potential of his technology could push him to the brink. The seduction of power. Once Tony Stark embraces his darker side, he would be seduced by the intoxicating power of absolute control. The ability to shape the world according to his will would be irresistible. He would become obsessed with his own genius, believing that he is the only one capable of leading humanity. The isolation of the mad genius. As Tony Stark descends further into madness, he would become increasingly isolated. His former friends and allies would turn against him, fearing his power and his unpredictable behavior. He would retreat into a world of his own creation, surrounded by technology and paranoia. The ultimate sacrifice. In the end, it may be up to Tony Stark himself to redeem himself. Perhaps a final confrontation with a powerful adversary or a tragic event could awaken the hero within him. He may sacrifice himself to save the world, proving that even the darkest souls can find redemption. A world forever changed. The rise of Tony Stark as Doctor Doom would have far-reaching consequences for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. the world would be a darker, more dangerous place, where fear and oppression reign supreme. The heroes would be forced to adapt to this new reality, fighting for the survival of humanity. The story of Tony Stark as Doctor Doom is a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of humility. It reminds us that even the greatest heroes can fall, and that the line between good and evil is often blurred. Thanks for watching.